Dear GBV survivors and tormented, we have all had all women who have suffered from GBV say that the first time the person they loved put their hands on them, they thought they were dreaming. Well, that's true. That first time the person you love, the person who says that they love and adore you, lays their hands on you, it does feel like a dream, and the dream has turned into a nightmare. And it will always be ringing in your head. After that, they apologize, make up, and try to make you forget about it. But the first time is always when you should walk away. Never having been in an abusive relationship, I was shocked when the first slip came and was followed by punches. I thought this is not happening to me. This is surely not happening to me. How could he, the person I sacrificed so much to be with, do this to me? The person who I loved to an extent that I caused a wedge between me and my support system. I thought, what did I do to be treated like this? Is it because I showed him that I loved him? That he had to abuse the trust I had bestowed on him by wounding me to such an extent? I do not blame him. I blame myself. I wanted to find my wrongdoings instead of seeing then and there that he was the problem, he was the abuser. But because I told myself that I loved him and that he had apologized and promised that he would not do it again, I took him back. I told myself, maybe because I never told him that I will not stand for such abuse. Maybe that's why he's doing it to me. I look at it now and see how stupid I was for not walking away the first time, because what came next was even worse. After he saw that he could get away with physically abusing me, then came the mental, the verbal, and the emotional abuse. I told myself, he loves me. He loves my kid. I am building something with him. We're going to get through this even stronger. He is wounded. Let me heal him. I let it slide. Every time when he would come home and verbally abuse me, every time one of his many girlfriends would reach out to me, every time he thought up a story and hit me for it. I allowed myself to be so blinded that I lost myself. I lost my purpose. I lost the ability to love. But I stayed. I kept telling myself, he is the one. I won't fail. I won't let go. I will make this work. Come hell, come high waters. I endured for 4 painful years. Even though I left, I still am broken and I do not think I'll ever heal. The thing with being in a toxic relationship is it seeps into every part of your life without you even realizing it. It starts by just having an off day, and then that off day turns into 3 days, and then it's a whole week, and then it's just a downhill. Most days I can't muster the strength to get up, to socialize, or have any interest besides my flower. I feel like I'm walking in a daze that I won't wake up from any time. I walked away, but the trauma is still with me. Every time I feel like I'm getting back up on my feet, he comes back and I fall down on the slippery slope again. The worst thing is, I know I still love him and I hate myself for it. I cannot say I'm a survivor of GBV. My point of view is I am tormented by the GBV that I experience. I do not wish what I went and am going through on my worst enemy. What hurts is my abuser will not take responsibility for his side, but instead feels he needs to gaslight me because I let him get away with it for so long. One day I wish I will be able to tell my flower what to look out for and what not to do. Walking away after you have given your tormentor more of you and more of your time and more time to torment you hurts more than walking away that very first time. I want to tell him to have the strength that I do not have and not to fear failure, because at times failure is better than having to live a tormented empty life. I do not have any positive words to say to anyone who has suffered from GBV. Instead, I just thought maybe putting this down would have an impact on my heart, soul, or mind. I feel that people talk more about the survivors, but they do not also give the still tormented ones a chance to say what they have to say. It's like only the survivors can be inspirational speakers. What about us, the still tormented? The ones who can't sleep, who are depressed, lethargic, and have no will to live, who are just going on with the days and asking the Lord to keep them long enough to see a loved one grow and be independent, but are just shells of themselves. The ones who find solace in the bottle, because when they are drunk, that's the only time they are numb enough to the thoughts and voices in their heads. No one deserves to be abused. Women, girls, boys, or men, no one deserves to be abused. Yours, Tormented.